On July 30th, 2025, Kenya made history by launching its first ever national policy on the prevention, management and control of alcohol, drugs and substance abuse, built on 4 pillars: law enforcement, community engagement, border control and rehabilitation. This policy aims to save lives, but prominent lawyer Donald Kipkorir warns it could spell disaster for Kenya's hospitality and tourism sectors. This is a story of hope, controversy, and a nation at a crossroads.
Delighted to stand before you today as we launch the first ever national policy on the prevention, management, and control of alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse in Kenya. We will streamline interagency coordination, making it easy to share intelligence and conduct joint operations across all relevant government departments. There will be no safe haven for criminals engaged in this destructive act. And when I say it sounds like a cliche because, this has been said by governments.
Substance abuse is tearing at Kenya's fabric. Over 1.4 million Kenyans struggle with alcohol dependency, and 1 in 10 youths aged 15 to 24 use drugs like cannabis or heroin. The National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, or NACADA, is fighting back with a groundbreaking policy launched today. This policy is a lifeline for our youth and our nation. We are taking bold action to end this crisis.
Alcohol, drugs, and substance abuse directly undermine our core mandate. As the Cabinet Secretary responsible for internal security, I affirm that our ministry will play a central and unwavering role in implementation of this policy. Over the last few months, I have engaged the local leaders, security agencies, and members of the public in consultative forums dubbed Jukwaa la Usalama across the length and the breadth of our nation. In each of the 22 counties so far visited, alcohol and drug abuse were identified as a major problem, not just in terms of lives, but also as a driver, one of the drivers in the high rate of crime in various parts of our country.
With 4 pillars: law enforcement, community engagement, border control and rehabilitation, the policy aims to protect Kenya's future, but not everyone is on board.
This policy is a call to arms. Let us protect our youth, empower our communities, uphold the Constitution, and let us replace despair with dignity, dependency in alcohol with productivity.
Law enforcement is the policy's backbone. The government is cracking down on drug cartels and illegal alcohol producers with sticker penalties and advanced intelligence. A controversial measure bans alcohol sales in supermarkets and restaurants, aiming to curb access, especially for minors.
On the law enforcement and supply reduction, illicit trafficking, manufacturing and sale of drugs and unregulated alcohol will be met with the full force of the law. This policy empowers us to intensify our operations against the drug cartels, illicit brewers and peddlers who prey on the vulnerability of our people, especially our young children. The National Police Service, in close collaboration with specialized units and intelligence agencies, will enhance surveillance, dismantle supply networks, and ensure that those who profit from this menace are brought to justice.
We are hitting the suppliers hard. This ban will make it tougher for kids to get alcohol. But lawyer Donald Kipkorir argues this ban could devastate Kenya's hospitality industry. In a recent ex-post, he stated, quote, "Banning alcohol sales in supermarkets and restaurants will kill hospitality and tourism, which contribute 10% to Kenya's GDP. Community engagement is key to changing mindsets. The policy funds awareness campaigns in schools and villages, training teachers and local leaders to spot early signs of addiction. It also bans alcohol ads targeting youth, including on social media."
The first one is the rising of the legal age from 18 to 21. The second is the banning of alcohol ads in the TV. We want our children to learn ABC and not SDU, which is substance use disorder. Banning these ads during prime time. We also want them to mandate them to put warning.
Yet, Kipkorir warns that restricting alcohol access in restaurants could alienate tourists who expect a vibrant dining experience, potentially driving them to rival destinations like Tanzania or Uganda.
Some of our petty offenders for community service.
Kenya's borders are a major entry point for drugs like heroin and cocaine. The policy equips border agencies with cutting-edge scanners and training to stop smuggling. From Mombasa to Busia, the goal is to cut off the drug supply at its source.
We are going to sack people. We have started sacking them, and they will go to court. Any chief, any police officer, any OCS whose jurisdiction is a drug haven will be dealt with according to the law. They will not be transferred. They will be removed from service. Those who are committing these acts will also be prosecuted accordingly.
Rehabilitation offers a path to recovery. The policy plans a rehab center in every county, funded by a sole-item compensation fund from alcohol levies, integrated with the Social Health Authority. These centers will provide affordable treatment and job training.
Fourthly, on rehabilitation and reintegration support, while our primary focus is prevention and enforcement, we will also recognize the profound need for rehabilitation and reintegration. The ministry will continue to support efforts to ensure that individuals struggling with addiction are not only rehabilitated, but are integrated back to society as productive citizens. Our correctional facilities will play a role in rehabilitation programs for those within the justice system. And to support this rehabilitation program and also the fight against this menace, I think we need, I will be engaging the Asset Recovery Agency to see how best we can also make it more punitive, first of all, for those who are engaged in these acts, especially because they get very lenient fines. So maybe the best way is to take away the lorry, the car, the equipment. You know.
Kenya's first ever national drug and alcohol policy is a historic fight for its people's future. But as the nation rallies behind #SoberNation, it must navigate the economic warnings of voices like Kipkorir. Can Kenya find balance? Share your thoughts and join the conversation.